Okay, here we are. I've been promising a trip on the water to certain towns. In my office, leaving the computers behind and heading out to the boat. We've been packing all last night, and today we are heading out. It is Friday, the 20th of June. And so let's walk on out and head to the beautiful outside. The weather has been delaying us a little bit on this trip. We had hoped to leave on Wednesday or Thursday and then head down to Little Washington, one of our first stops that we want to see some real estate and a beautiful town that's really come a long ways in the past few years. So we've scheduled that now for Monday. So the next few days are really just about having a good trip. Go down and see my old boss I used to work with for years in the mortgage business. His name Bert Barbie and his wife. Maybe he'll get on video. I think my wife Lisa is a little shy of getting on the video. So anyway, as you can see, it is really a beautiful day out here. Sun's out, a little storm, a little rain, and all. So anyway, here we go. Here we are, boats all packed up, ready to go, and just got to drop her in the water. So we'll be underway in a minute. I think I'll take a break right here and just start getting ready and maybe show you some spots on the water as we head down the Alligator River, a really beautiful body of water that doesn't get a lot of use. And then maybe a little later, we're going to go to Belhaven, another great little town that people are finding. In fact, the developer in Washington is actually going to do a new development in Belhaven. Maybe we'll see some of that and talk to them about it on Monday. Look forward to this trip. If you enjoy our little updates as we go along. Thanks a lot. All right, here we are at the end of the Alligator River. So we are now just at the top of where you go into the Pamlico River eventually. It's just up this way here. And behind us, you can see people starting to think this is not a bad place to have a vacation home. There's a really nice home back there. That might be 264 behind us. I'm not really sure what road that is, but it is flat and glassy out here and absolutely beautiful. So we're not that far from Belhaven, probably not another 30 minutes to an hour, and it's put us there in 4 hours from the Outer Banks. Not really a bad trip. Here we are taking our time here, closing in on Belhaven. There's a marina. This is new. I hadn't seen this the last time I was down here, which has been quite some time. But nice little area for sailboats, it looks like. Some houses, maybe a condo complex. Sailboat over here in the distance, right about there. There it is. Head down the coastal waterway. We've seen quite a few boats today. So it's a pretty day. Interesting spot over there. We're not far from Belhaven. We're just taking our time. There's a fellow traveler coming by. We saw him earlier today in the Intercoastal Waterway going to us. So. Good Saturday morning. It's a quiet morning here in Belhaven. We got in yesterday, probably about 2 or 3 o'clock. A little bit of an issue with the battery charging. Exactly what that is. We're trying to figure that out. Some relay switch I don't think I have set right. After all the years of boating, I still seem to have not 100% knowledge of everything. But this town we got here is just amazingly quiet is the best way to put it. That's why I'm trying to talk quiet. It's not something I'm really very good at. But it's just a really neat town. It's really coming back. The downtown area has some really cool shops. The housing is in great condition, and it is absolutely beautiful here on the water in this area. So you can see behind me right there where this area is. So let's walk up here and see what it looks like the rest of the place. Get off the boat. Here's the Docks are on over here. You can see that over here. You can see the downtown waterfront area. There's mostly housing on the waterfront. Really sort of cool. Good morning. How's it going? So I hopped in a golf cart and here I am riding around. This is the River Forest Manor. There's Lisa this morning. Good morning. And so we'll take you downtown and let you see what the downtown area looks like. This is the premier area of real estate that they really want to show. So there were some condos built here probably around the late 90s or early 2000s. Did a couple of these mortgage finance condominiums back then. And anyway, it's a down. Yep, little walking around. You see that? People are coming out this morning. But it was quiet last night at probably about 7:30. It's still pretty quiet. You notice this is a road. There's not any traffic on it. A couple of houses here that you can rent, as well as bed and breakfasts here. Just past one there. Up here is a really two neat older homes. As you'll see in a second. But this is the waterfront area of Belhaven. There's not a lot of industry here. I do think there's a lot of people that have started buying these properties and using them as weekend getaways, probably from places like Greenville. You're less than an hour from ECU campus. We saw a couple last night that was from Raleigh. Said they had actually had their honeymoon here 38 years ago. Not exactly where I thought I maybe have come to a honeymoon, but 38 years ago. But it is today a little bit of a destination for weddings. The River Forest Manor is having events for weddings and stuff like that. So nice homes. Some of them you can see are older, and some of you can see are newer or remodeled. Right through there, you can see some boats. There's a big marina up here. It's not a super fast golf cart. These are the townhome condominium projects I was talking about that were done in the late 90s, early 2000s that I was part of financing some of these properties. And here is some of the downtown area. There's a little bar over there that was pretty happening last night. And here is the Belhaven Marina, another more substantial yard, so to speak. And right up there in the distance, on the other side of this bridge, is where Moss Landing, who we're going to meet with on Monday, has plans for a new development. That means they're probably going to be putting in townhomes or condominiums here. That would be in this development area right here. See the geese sitting over there? A little neat spot. It comes into the town, back side of the town here, over there. City Hall. You see that on the building over there. And here, if you want to come to Belhaven and be a property owner and investor, here is the development plans for Moss Landing. You can see up here, they've got this is the plan that maybe they're planning on using. Looks pretty nice. Very quiet here. Saw our first car. Hey, they do have an Edward Jones office, so somebody's doing some investing here. So let's turn around. Neat old house up there. Looks sort of like it's probably been here a while. But let's turn around and see what we can see about downtown area. There's a obviously revitalized area of downtown. They're taking it serious. They got a nice little Chamber of Commerce building. But the downtown street, the main street here, is really cool. It's early, not a lot out, but there's a little breakfast place there. There's a steakhouse here for dinner at night. There's a tavern. Maybe that stays up a little late. We didn't stay up too late last night. Then there's the pretty famous, getting good reviews of a restaurant here called the, what is the name of this? The Spoon River ice cream store. That I did visit last night. Surprise. All right. And of course, a coffee store. All right. Let's head back to the boat. Be on their way soon. Down the Pamlico River, out into the Pamlico Sound, into the Neuse River, and back into the Intercoastal Waterway, and on our way to Atlantic Beach. Well, we're back on the boat. We're going to conclude this week's video with this trip to Belhaven, and next week we're going to take you to Washington to meet the folks from Beacon Street at their Moss Landing development in downtown Washington. The video this week I hope you enjoyed of Belhaven. I do think that there are investment opportunities here, or property certainly that you could buy if you want to live in Belhaven, or have it as a second home. You're probably less than 2 hours from the Outer Banks and less than an hour to ECU, where there's hospitals. Makes it a good place to consider retiring or having a second home. Prices here for houses can be, around $200,000 for pretty decent, older, pretty historically looking home. These homes are not big. Belhaven's homes are, probably 2,000, 2,500 square feet, generally at the most. They're not big, sprawling mansions, but they're very cute, and they're very southern, and they're very unique looking, and so the condominiums are here, and they do have new development, and I think the town's going to do well with the Beacon Group, who we're going to meet with on Monday in Little Washington, planning a new development. You saw their sign that I drove past and tried to go up too close for you to see. This new development is coming. So we do these just to show you again what is available from a real estate perspective here. We're going to end here this week, and next week we're going to take you to Washington, North Carolina. We sometimes affectionately call it Little Washington here because it's obviously not DC. It's much smaller than that. And so it got that nickname a long time ago. It is the first town named after our founding father, George Washington, before the Washington, D.C. Capital was established. We're going to meet Kendra and Ted over the next week, and hope you enjoyed this video. If you have questions ever about mortgage financing or Eastern North Carolina, or certainly financing on the Outer Banks, we'd love to help you, and call us anytime. Thanks, and have a great week.